What's up, Active Alliance of Heroes? This is also known as For Gamers by Gamers. Most people just call me Ron. I'm at my actual office at my studio here doing this video for all those that are more or less newbies to the Alliance and actually to the game. So, I'm logged on. I'm going to just go over the general information. They keep updating this game constantly. But well before they added the Alliance Quest daily stuff, that's Sundays, or pretty much Monday evening through Sunday evening, and of course there's no activity from Sunday evening to Monday evening because they have to wait for everybody to go in and accept all their rewards. So, here's the map. Of course, everybody knows mine's going to look different than yours, because depending on how high you are or how far you've been along playing the game. I have to zoom in because now they change how the icons are. So, we're going to start by, this is where the Alliance headquarters is. All of your members. See, most of you want to be up where these numbers are. Well, for these numbers, it's either you got to spend a lot of money, and that's just a joke because this game is expensive as heck to buy anything. I've never bought anything in this game. And of course, you got all of you guys that are down at the bottom of the list. They're all new and trying really hard to get there. Once you get to pretty much the power of 1,000, it gets to be a lot better and easier to deal with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show you a few steps that I've learned because I've been playing for about 18 months or so. So what I'm going to do here is, you might not see these up here as of yet. This, the tavern that's up here in the snow area in the north. These are all dealing with other activities that you can do solo. But for that to happen, you have to make sure you have to complete the Two Truts Fortress. And then there's going to be a couple other old locations, if they're even still listed on here. Let me look, because they've totally changed stuff. You also got to complete the Gorzog Enclave. Any other? I got to double check on all of these. Nope, that's pretty much the whole area around here for what pops up that you have to complete. So that means how many battles you got to win before this actually shows up. Same with the Sky Arch. Sky Arch is great once you get there, but you got to, of course, complete this area around it. So you got all these empty locations of battle you got to complete to get to it. Once you're able to activate, same with that. Now, the Sky Arch, most of you start with 1 or 2. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've had to deal with this. But I recommend that no matter what, I think the third one was 5 or 10,000 gold. No matter what, save up and get that third slot because it's really important to have. The next 2 I haven't really bothered with because I rather use the gold for actually my forging and upgrading. But once you have the 3 slots, this really can be a big difference. I'm just going to select a few right now. And I never pick any of my high-end ones. I'm always upgrading the low ones I don't deal with because you're automatically gaining experience for not even having them in battle. So I'm just picking ones that I use randomly. Now, if you look down here, it shows you how much XP you get. The XP is really important. And of course, if you switch the time, you get different amounts of awards. 16 hours, you get 1,200. 8 hours, 750. And 2 hours is the 68. So you see the differences also with XP. Now, because our next daily quests are coming up, I'm only going to do 2 hours because I want to start off right after 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to start actually battling for quests. So once I start that, they're activated. Now, before you do questing, make sure that when you go here, don't pick anything that has a little symbol that shows that it's an active quest character. So when you go to the East Gate, this is where all your quests are. Usually you see your 3 characters that you pick from, and you'll have 3 of them that you normally are able to refresh free for once. So before you pick any of those 3, this only works if you're able to access the tavern area. So, in a few hours, this is going to be what's coming up because of the time, wherever this is time zone. In 4 hours, 8 minutes, it's going to switch to this independent one. So these are the upcoming characters that you have in your arsenal that are real handy. So if you end up having it where you're at the East Gate and you have the 3, and you see those 3 or don't see 3, first thing to do is hit a refresh. If you get it, great. Do another refresh, great. If you get it, another refresh, you're great again. If not, another key feature is when you have the 3 to choose from, always the top one is your primary ones, because those are the ones that takes you 10 times to get the quest goal. And of course, then the 5 and the 3. Now, between the 5 and the 3, you can actually get the same character. That's what's really cool about this. So sometimes, if you just, I always start with the far one on the left, where it's the 3. If I hit refresh and it matches the middle one, guess what? You only actually have to deal with 2 characters versus 3 different ones. And vice versa, the middle one, you can refresh, and if it copies the one on the far left, the 5 and the 3 actually is technically it's just a second quest, just a total of 5, because the 3 adds to the 5. So it's really cool when it happens like that. But I always, before I do anything, because I have the taverns area, I always, once it's time to do that, I look here and then I go deal with that. So if I'm lucky to get 1, 2, or even 3 that follow what's coming up, even better, because these are really simple to deal with, these quests. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in here and do one. So I'm going to start right here, very beginning. So, you know, they're low-level army attacks. So I'm going to go do a battle. And, of course, if you have any of those quest ones, they'll have a symbol up here that shows a little symbol. That's the character for the daily quest. So then you just pick them. For instance, if I had, like, this one here is on a daily quest, then I'm going to add them. And then I have to start battle. These are so easy because it doesn't actually take away from your actually healing and daily activity. So I just hurry up and do a battle. Okay, so that one's complete. Got crushing victory. And if you don't lose any characters during these battles, you'll have a ring of gold in the inner circle of all gold. So if you lose a character, it'll show a ring of gold, and the inner circle will be like a silver or a bronze color that isn't gold. That means you can't go back. You have to keep continuously going there until you have gold and gold like these. Because you notice these are all gold, 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 circled all the way around, all the way through. These are all the ones I've done so far. But then there'll be a silver one or so on one of the things outlined in silver. That means you haven't completed where you can farm it. So you have to go in and keep battling to get the win the battle with all of surviving members of your party. And then you can technically just hit the farm button and automatically collect something randomly out of that. And you start collecting a whole lot of stuff quickly. So like I have 108 points to work with, so I can just do quick farm. I have 8 to use, so I'm going to farm. It gives me points. This time was just the award for that. So then when I go back to my map, right next to the tavern is the merchant for the tavern. And each one of those gives you different options. So like I have 4,000 here, I can purchase 9,000 gold with that. So these are key features of how to collect gold quicker by doing these type of things once you get here. This is a major place to get to as soon as possible, because you can constantly get gold by doing certain things with that. And of course, to get to the stronghold, you have to fight everything around to clear out. Once you get to this, I call the West Stronghold, Frostblood Stronghold. These are higher up, but you start real low, and you just do as many battles, and the faster you beat them and you get the bonus thing is the quicker the battle, the faster you get the bonus. You do this a bunch of times, you gain gold quickly. Same with, this is the primary stronghold I use constantly, is here, excuse me, and I constantly fight and get bonuses and so forth. But these are also the 2 locations I deal with the daily quest. I do stronghold until it's too hard, and both strongholds until it's too hard. And then normally, Most people, for some reason, I keep hearing about avoid the PvP battles. I do PvP constantly because PvP also gives you stuff as well. You have these here is just your daily merchant stuff, but then you have the PvP merchant on the War Harbor. That's what all these are for. I always buy gold. Like I have 2,000. I'm gonna do that right now. Select 2,000. I'm getting 12,000 gold for what I've collected. That's a big deal. So I'm going to click. And sometimes I don't actually do this. I'm not going to. Because sometimes I will have a percentage off, or I'll say 25% off, where it'll be like 12,000 for like 1,500. So you're saving more. But I've been lucky enough 3 or 4 times where for 4,000, I've actually got 100,000 gold with a 25%. It's been random, but it's awesome. So I always keep saving up, and the only way to do that is you have to fight the PvP battles, and these are pretty simple. You have 1 star are the easy ones, 2 star, and 3 star. The 3 star for me are pretty much my level, and a lot of times half the time it's either it's 50-50 I win or 50-50 I lose. And then I have to wait an hour and a half to recover my guys. Some of them are an hour, depending on how high level or skills they are. And of course, the level 2s I constantly beat. The strategy is not to lose, so you get those points. But I do that with all PvP. But and then of course I'm down at the other islands, and if, like right now I'm still where I have 16 out of 30, and this takes forever in a day. It takes me about 2 minutes to kill it, and I have to wait 2 days before I can fight it again. Same, and then I got this one too. I'm getting closer and closer to finishing this one off. This one I believe goes up to 30 also, but this is getting really tough on me dealing with this boss. But in the meantime, let's see what else is there I can explain. So I'm just going to go do a quick, easy level 2 here. Now, when it comes to fighting, there's a strategy involved. You don't just go trying to get this close to your attack. You want to make sure that you get the first attack on them. So if they're technically out of range, your first attack, you hold back and let them move closer to you so you can move in for the kill. Or the first attack, that is. So what I do is I always scout, see the range, see how far his circle goes. That means he's real close to wherever I place my characters. Same with him. See how it differentiates? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do my high guys, make this as quickly as possible. Level out. So that means I can reach him with that one. My range can reach him with that one on my first, so I don't actually have to back up and wait for them to attack because they're in range for me right away on this battle. So I'm going to take my primary. So I'm going to go in for a battle. See, I already know my ranges, so I'm going to go in and hit. First, I always get rid of the ranger because I hate fire. Totally screws up everything. Sometimes it takes all my guys to actually kill one, but it's worth it. Because that fire slows you down, it actually does damage constantly, can get stuck in it, it's annoying as hell. And then I'm just going to use one of my other guys, do another attack. Come in, do another attack. Now they're going, I used all up my turn. Because of one of my main characters, I used this guy here is awesome. This is the Garuza's Gunners. He's the one with the giant gun. He actually shoots out of his cannon an actual archer that you can end up using. I use him quite often because it's an extra character to use. So he's a key feature to collect and get and just upgrade the hell out of. So I'm almost done here. I always get inside the trees as much as possible because you get better protection. You don't get as much damage done to you. I'm going to knock him out of the trees with my horse. So he's weaker without being in the trees. So now I can bring down my other ranger. Attack. Dead. It's not as easy as it looks sometimes because my guys they're starting to really get well known for their upgrades. Now that that's done, I'm going to go into the upgrade area. This is all your guys. You have 5 primaries that you only can use, but I actually focus on having about 8. 8 is what I'm considering, because you want to rotate depending on the battle situation, what you're fighting. I have 1, I have the archer, I have a rider, I have a mage, I have a guard, I have a crossbowman, then I have a gunner, one of the fairy, that's also a mage, and I have a tribe. He's long range, he does multiple attacks. And then I have all these other ones. Everybody else is now in, I think from right here, see, everybody's level 16 to 15. And all of these are not from upgrading with this. I don't use these on these characters. All of these ones that are listed here all the way up to here are all from the Sky Arch. That's from just daily doing upgrades with XP. It's free. You don't have to deal with those guys. I just keep doing that so they get their experience, so they gain level, so I don't have to spend on those potions. And so potions are extremely important for your top level guys, because my God, when I want to add anything to one of these guys I have, level 18, I can't even rank up. Even the highest one for 100,000 XP barely moves me because of how much you need to use. So I save up and buy and use what I collect for free too, only on my primaries. Never on the guys I could care less about. I use only these guys when I have to do certain quests up here. You have to have them at a certain okay level so you can, for the tavern, because each day is different. It already gives you a heads up of who's who. So if you already know you got some low level characters, that means you're not going to be able to go very far in your questing on here for your own collection of daily stuff that's just for you. Because, like, I'll go way down here again. So when I, like here, see, I'm starting to get into the higher levels with the purples and stuff. So that means I have like 2 guys that suck. So that means I have to actually do a little extra work if I want to continuously upgrade to keep battling on, but I don't. I only go so far because my focus still is to keep my primary army growing in power. Back to the upgrade section. Now, do I have, all my main guys are already all maxed out with upgrades because that's what I do. I'll go to one in here. So, I have only 4,135 gold left. See, and it costs, for my level, it costs a fortune. But see how much XP you also get. So my bar moves even quicker because I have more XP for my upgrades that I choose. And then, of course, once I level up to level 20 with all of these guys now, because most of them are at 19, then it opens up more slots, but it's also going to cost me a shitload of gold to do anything. But I didn't really work on my upgrades for this at the moment. I worked on my forge. I max out as much as I can right off the bat, because then you just go into battle and you kill something much faster. Because your stats are all there. I'm still, for my level, it just costs a whole lot more. But I try to keep everyone on the same page level, like level 5 bow, 5 lance, staff 5. That one's at a 4. Crossbow's 5. Cannon 6. Staff 6. Lance 5. So, and of course it's the same here. I try to keep everything around level 5 for everything. And then I go up to the next, like 6 for everything and so forth. But because you're a lower level, it doesn't work as much. Now, for collecting the gems are important because then you can buy gold. This is the popular one I always save up for. It's 3,000 to get 100,000 gold. Well, I can do that right now. But sometimes I don't bother because under the regular merchant, you can once in a while get a surprise win where it'll show you, like say it says 5,000 for 170. I've actually seen 100,000 on here for 1,000 gems. So I bought it with 1,000 and I saved 2,000, and then I'm doing other stuff and collecting. And I don't buy gems. The other ways you can collect gems is, of course, is once you level, each level you go up, you get so many gems as well. Like this past level I got 500 gems for going from level 19 to level 20. So that was pretty damn cool. Now, the other area to collect gems is actually on the Brigade Island. Every day, spend your $500 or 500 gold to go through and do all 3 events. And if you win all 3 events within the crushing battle, you will actually collect all 3 things and a bonus of like 5 or 10 gems. I can't remember. It's 2, 5, or 10. I can't remember. But you can also get gems from each one of these daily. That's a key feature. 500 is worth it because every battle you gain that back right away pretty much. So you're not really losing any money. You're actually gaining it by fighting all these battles. But for a lot of you, you're probably way down here still at all these lower levels. But I do this as much as possible. And that's how I also gain gold quickly and extra gems. And of course you also get one other feature. I'm going to pick an army guy. Is your shards. You should get shards also from fighting on the Brigade Island. You have to, no matter what, you get 1, 2, and a bonus of 2 more, depending on if you win all 3 in your thing turns the gold. If you don't, it's going to be a different color, and that means you can continuously go back until you win the last battle at a maximum crushing blow, and that's where you get the actual all total shards and extra stuff. What do I got for like? Okay, collecting my. Every so many hours you can come in and do this. I do not ever spend gems on this on the smuggler ship. It's just a waste of time. I just wait my 2 days to collect something. Because I save up and save up and save up. It's the best option around. But other than that, that's about as much as I can think of at the moment. So I'm hoping this video helps you guys out a little more. And of course, every time you come on, there's always going to be the anti-Dale. This pops up so many times a day, but you have to first fight it for it to show up again multiple times a day. And of course, you do the crushing victory. You also get the bonuses. And always make sure, I don't care if you're going to lose someone or not lose someone, get your chest. That's also another shard for someone. So that's important to collect as many times as possible too. Other than that, thanks for watching this video, everybody. Enjoy the Alliance. This is open and it's laid back. There's some of us that love to pitch in and get the 1080 total for the week for quest points, but you don't necessarily have to. See, like the top, what do we have? Top 20? No, top 30. I think it's the top 30. Let me scroll down one more. Scroll. Yeah, just under top 30. We'll get, yeah. That doesn't get all of it. We have to have everybody involved. But see, it doesn't matter. Like, this guy's on vacation. He should be back soon. All right, because he already told me he was going to be on vacation. Left a message on our chat system. I check stuff. A lot of people don't say much. But other than that, the Discord channel is more or less the popular place to go now, because that's where I'm going to post this video. In the meantime, keep having fun playing. Later.